7 is solving equations. Been there, done that. Specifically, these are solving equations that have fractions in them. Okay, so what we would call rational equations. You've been there, done this in Algebra 2. It's a matter of remembering it. And we're also going to talk about possible extraneous solutions. So we have to talk about checking our solutions. Now, with this in mind, example 1. I see a denominator. How do I get rid of a denominator? Multiply. So since I see divide by x, I don't want the x in there, so I'm going to multiply by x. When we say multiply by x, realize we're multiplying both sides of the equation by x, right? On the left, that means we're going to take the x and we're going to distribute. X times x is x squared. X times 3 over x, x's cancel, you have 3, equals 4 times x, 4x. Okay, this is an easy one, right? You're supposed to know what to do next. Okay. Do you see there's going to be an x squared, an x term, and a number term? Make your equation equal to 0. So if we subtract the 4x over, I'm going to have x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. What do we do? Yep, we're going to plan to factor it. X squared breaks into x and x. Yeah. 3 times 1 minus 3 minus 1. And you know to set each piece equal to 0. And we're going to get solutions of 3 and 1. Now, because there were variables in the denominator especially, we have to talk about checks here. I'm going to mention a couple of different types of checks. For this problem, let's talk about checking algebraically. When I talk about checking algebraically, I'm talking about using our algebra, which basically says take your answers and plug them in. So I'm going to take 3. So I'm going to take 3 and plug it in. 3 plus 3 over 3, does that equal 4? And that is 3 plus 1 equals 4, 3 checks. Can you do the same thing with 1? Plug in 1 to the original equation. 1 plus 3 over 1, does it equal 4? You've got 1 plus 3 equals 4, that checks. In this case, both answers check, yes? When we do example 2, I'll talk about how you can check it graphically. Okay, that's a good skill to have. The other option, here's going to be the big thing. It's going to be all about the denominators. What value cannot go in this denominator of the original problem? You can't have what in the bottom of a fraction?
Negative. Oh, no, negative.
Not negative, but what number cannot go in the denominator of a fraction? 0. Okay. 0 can't go in the bottom, so if I got 0 as an answer, it'd be a no-go. These both work. Okay, so we'll talk about 2, 3, and 4 on Monday. Okay. Plan to work tomorrow.